So April 8th, the city came through and cleared out the encampment that's been here for 3 years continuous at the end of Salter Ave. They cleared out 60 tons of junk, they said, and I can believe it. Walked through a few times and yeah, there's a lot less stuff, but they didn't do the perfect job of cleaning. You can see, just even hear all the stuff that's left, and there's propane tanks and stuff in other areas I'm not going to bother looking at. The thing is, the people they kicked out didn't have anywhere to go. A lot of them been banned from shelters and such. And right here you have one structure that's popped back up. I checked to see if there was anyone home. I wanted to get their read on the situation, but no, currently not. But that's the thing. People need to have somewhere to stay. So, with many of them being barred from shelters, others having been beaten and robbed in shelters, where do you expect them to go? I've seen them setting up in bus shelters in the downtown area. You can't get in the bus shelter because it's been turned into a makeshift shelter for them to stay in, which, although it's not ideal for the public, I understand why they're doing it. And people just come back here. And that stuff back there is new. I mean, the days of this being a long-standing encampment are done. It will never again be Tent City. The city got agent status, which allows them to come and boot people off. It's an out-of-town owner who was basically an absentee landlord to the land. That's why it went for so long. And I've talked to people here over time. I've spent literally days worth of hours talking to people. The videos I've shown are just a small bit of it. A lot of the stories people shared were too personal to put their business out there. But there were also some people who started moving in that, well, let's not mince words, they sucked. Homeless people are people, and some people are assholes. And some assholes had moved in. Many of the good people were still here, and I continued to talk to them. And I hope that they've found a good place to stay. However, having talked to them for as long as I did, there's some trust issues too. It's not all just addiction. There's also a lot of trauma. I mean, even a lot of the people with addiction issues, it stems from trauma. It's not like they woke up one day and said, oh, hey, fentanyl seems awesome. You know, most of the time. Yeah, that's new too, that camp chair. But most of the time, something bad has happened in these people's lives. You know, they didn't get the help they need, or some people just crack. Sometimes it doesn't matter how much help you give someone. Not everyone can take the same stressors. I don't know, it's an unfortunate situation all around. I don't know what the end game is going to look like. Personally, I get the feeling that there's a good chance they're going to just come and tear all this down and build some overpriced condos. Over here is where that really large camp was. I might splice in a picture just so you can see the before and after. No answer, so I Probably no one home at the time. Or at least no one awake. It does look like they got their outhouse made though. One of the times before I was talking to the guy who was working on making an outhouse. Looks like he got it put together. But I don't know, now it's kind of not good to anyone. It's not a nature spot. Still all kinds of debris left. And it's not a place of refuge for people trying to find a place to make a go. And people are still coming by here. This lighter and that glass thing, this burnt wood, that's all new from the last time I was here. People are still coming here because everyone has to be somewhere. City says, well, first they said they gave them 3 weeks notice, which is wrong. I came by and talked to people a week and a half before, and no one had heard anything of what was happening. Then they started saying the next lie was, oh, we cleared them out over a period of 3 weeks. Now they didn't do that either. Because once again, when I came by a week and a half before the big clearing out day, there was more people. Not less, more. That debris there, they'd actually finally finished their outhouse. Talking to the guy, he'd wanted to make an outhouse. Because, well, let's face it, hygiene is tricky out here and quite necessary. I don't know, it's an unfortunate situation all around, and I get why the city moved in. I get why it had to be done, but I think they did it wrong. They say they gave them the supports, but no, I talked to people, they weren't getting the supports. And then, coming in, even what they did, they still didn't clear out all the crap. I haven't showed you a fraction of what's left. And they've gone on record and said, oh, problem solved, we're done cleaning. Apparently this is all clean now. I don't know, just overall pisses me off. And yeah, you can see like tree damage here from where camp residents were trying to cut down this tree. But then you look over that way and they came in and bulldozed down a bunch of trees. So yeah, the camp being here wasn't great for nature, but then the city coming through wasn't great for nature. So I don't know, there's really no winners in this situation. Nature doesn't win, the homeless don't win. The homeowners around here do get some relief, but it's not like this is a nice, beautiful spot to hike through again. So yeah, nobody wins. And the taxpayer loses, because we're on the hook for all the cost of this. We don't get a beautiful spot in the middle of the city like we could. And the homeless residents who had a sense of stability here for 3 years don't have that either. And they're not gone, they're still here around the city. And a few of them will pop up here from time to time, camp out for a few days, and then move somewhere else. So, it's the final camp update.